You're not lazy, you're not unlovable, you're not broken. You're just repeating the script that someone else wrote long before you knew how to say no. Hi, my name is Precious, and one of my bachelor's of science is in child learning and development. Today, we're going to talk about something that many of us don't even realize, but how our past childhood experiences not only shaped our past, but they're shaping our present in ways that we may not even realize it. It all starts with implicit memory. This is the kind of memory that doesn't show up in stories that you can recall, but rather it lives in your body. It lives in your nervous system. It lives in your automatic responses. According to Schore in 2003, early relational experiences, especially traumatic ones, become encoded in the right brain and impact how we regulate our emotions and connect with others. So when you shut down conflict or when you over apologize without you being wrong, that's not being weak. That's just your brain following a well-rehearsed script. Here's where the subtle trauma comes in. So being dismissed, being ignored, being overly criticized. These experiences silently write roles like be quiet to stay safe, don't get too close, or that love has conditions. These aren't conscious beliefs. They are emotional reflexes. And over time, they become your identity. So now let's briefly talk about the science of childhood scripts. Bruce Perry in 2021 actually explained that the developing brain is shaped by pattern and repetitive experiences. If your early environment was chaotic, neglectful, and emotionally unsafe, your nervous system adapted to survive. But the harsh reality is that what helped you survive as a child can sabotage your peace as an adult. The child who learned to stay invisible to avoid conflict becomes an adult who avoids confrontation at all costs. The child that had to earn love through performance becomes an adult that has to hustle for approval. Even in the absence of explicit memory, your body still remembers. Although this is not your fault, it is your responsibility. When you realize how much of your behavior is rooted in unconscious scripts, it's easy to feel frustrated or even ashamed. But don't. The goal is not to blame, but it's awareness. As Bessel van der Kolk in 2014 wrote in The Body That Keeps the Score, trauma is not just an event. It's a rewiring of perception. It's a rewiring of memory and emotional response. So when we say you're triggered, what we really mean is that your past is interrupting your present. And that's why healing is not just mindset work, it's also memory work. It's nervous system work. It gives your brain new patterns to follow so it stops living on autopilot. So what exactly does it mean to rewrite the script? Rewriting does not mean erasing, it means editing. It's recognizing the part of your story that was written by fear, abandonment, neglect, and then deciding with intention to write something new. Identity work is also asking yourself questions like, who did I have to become to feel safe growing up? What did I have to suppress to survive? And what did love cost me back then? And what do I believe that I have to do to earn it now? You start to recognize the patterns, not just in your behavior, but in your self-talk, in your relationships, and also in your reactions. Since we've talked about identifying it, now let's talk about how to heal. The truth is, your brain is not fixed. This is thanks to neuroplasticity, so we can rewire the pathways that were aligned with trauma. So when you expose yourself to safe, consistent, nurturing environment, your nervous system begins to relearn what safety looks like. It begins to relearn what safety feels like. Reparenting is also part of this process. It's you becoming the caregiver that you never had. It's when you validate your own feelings. It's when you pause before reacting and ask yourself, is this the truth talking Or is this my trauma talking? You create new scripts. Scripts that say, I deserve peace. Scripts that say, I don't need to overperform to be loved. Scripts that say, I am allowed to feel, to rest, and to be. You're not that scared little child anymore. You're an adult now with the power to break those cycles. You have the power to set boundary, to say no, and to choose things differently. You are not your trauma. You're not the worst thing that has ever happened to you. You are not the coping mechanism you needed as a child. You are an author now, and your story is not over. It's time to put the pen in your own hand and write a new ending. That is all for this video. Let me know if you have any thoughts, questions, comments, or concerns, and let me know if there's anything you'd like me to further expand on. I will be linking all the references I used to create this video in the caption below. That is all for now. Bye.